Hello everybody. Today I'd like to deal with the question of where do you say the final blessing if you've been eating bread, cake or fruits? Do you have to say the after bracha in exactly the same place as where you ate, or can you say it in another place? Can you leave the place where you ate and make the bracha in another place? This is actually the subject of an argument between Beit Shammai and Beit Hillel in the Gemara and Brachot. The opinion of Beit Shammai is that you have to return. If you were eating bread in one place and you left that place without saying Birkat HaMazon, without saying your after bracha, you now have to return to the place where you ate in order to make your after bracha. The opinion of Beit Hillel is that you don't have to return to the place and you can make the bracha where you are. The Shulchan Aruch brings both the opinions for the halacha. He says that lachatchila, and it comes out then, it doesn't say it, lachatchila it would come out, that lachatchila you should stay in the same place for Birkat HaMazon, but b'di'evid, if you went away and you can't come back, then you'd be able to say Birkat HaMazon wherever it is you are, as long as you're within the time for Birkat HaMazon, which we say is about 72 minutes after you finished eating. The opinion of the Rashba is that this only applies to bread. Only applies to Birkat HaMazon, this obligation, according to Beit Shammai, according to the Rosh paskins like Beit Shammai, I forgot to mention it before, and the Rambam paskins like Beit Hillel. And like I said, the Shulchan Aruch brings both opinions, and he doesn't decide between the two of them. The Rashba says that this argument only applies to bread. It doesn't apply to other things. If you've eaten cake and you have to make a bracha of mezonot, or if you've eaten fruits and you make a borei nefashot, or if you've eaten one of the 7 fruits that Israel is praised about, dates, pomegranates, figs, grapes, olives, any of those, then also you wouldn't have to return to where you ate. The Rif and the Rosh say that it also applies to mezonot. It also applies to the after bracha of ala michye. For that too, you have to return to the place where you ate. The Rambam says it also applies to the 7 species, the 7 special types of fruits, or there are 5 actual fruits there: dates, pomegranates, figs, grapes, and olives, which Eretz Yisrael is praised as having. For those also you need to return to the same place. But everyone agrees that for borei nefashot, for any other fruits or any other small types of foods, that even though lachatchila it's certainly best to make the after bracha in the place where you ate, there's no obligation. If you go somewhere else, there's no problem. There you can make the bracha of borei nefashot. The Mishnah Brura rules in this case that certainly according to everyone, lachatchila you should not leave the place where you ate, and there is the place where you should be making your after bracha. If you did leave, he says you don't have to return. It doesn't make any difference whether you left on purpose or you left unintentionally. You didn't know this halacha, or you'd forgotten that you had to make Birkat HaMazon. It doesn't make any difference. If you've already left and it's not easy for you to return to the place where you were, where you ate, then you don't have to, and you can make the bracha of Birkat HaMazon wherever it is you are right now. This applies where you've just left the place where you ate. But what about if you're in the same room where you ate and you just moved from one corner to another corner? In such a case, there's no problem, and you can certainly make the bracha in another corner of the same room. If you're at a wedding, you can move around and make the bracha eat at one table and make a bracha at another table. If you're outside, if the place has a fence around it, then you can eat anywhere within that place. And if it doesn't have a fence around it, then you have to be able to see the place where you ate in order to make the bracha of Birkat HaMazon. So to summarize, for bread, you have to make the Birkat HaMazon in the place where you ate. If you didn't, b'di'evid, then you can make the bracha in another place too. And the same would apply for ala michye and for fruits. Thank you very much.